Alright, before you give me crap for this video, or calling me a selfish prick that's unwilling to spend a minute of his time to make the neighborhood safer, or a kid hater who just doesn't care about the well-being of children in general, I want to say that a lot of the playground zones in this city are reasonable. Like the ones on small residential streets, the ones where there are kids playing nearby, the ones, you know, where there's an actual playground. But some of the playground zones are a little bit less than reasonable. Now this one here, it's not super bad. I mean, it's a little bad, but it's not the worst. Definitely not. From what I can see though, there are just a couple fields nearby that are partially fenced in. I don't see an actual playground, but I guess their thinking was that kids would be out here playing sports. And that's probably true during the summer. The only problem with these playground zones is that they're in effect until 9 o'clock p.m. every single day. Whereas the provincial standard is like 8:30 to 1 hour after sunset. And that helps in the winter time when the sun sets at like 4 or 5. Because slowing down for a fenced-in field is a little bit ridiculous in the winter. Okay, so now we're coming up to the second of the playground zones along this avenue, and this one I would say is a little worse than the last one. Just as we enter it, there's this huge field next to me, but there's a pretty tall fence. Now, call me an idiot or whatever, I'm not particularly worried about some kid scaling that fence and running out into these 4 lanes of traffic, but personally that's just me. Now, pretty much all the elementary and junior high schools in the city, they used to be school zones. They're all playground zones now. Like, pretty much all of them. I don't know if there are even any school zones existing in the city, although I could be wrong about that. The signs say it's photo enforced, but I honestly have no idea if that's even started yet. They said they were going to end the grace period for these playground zones after the spring break, but I have no idea if they've actually even started enforcing these things. By radar, at least. I'm assuming not, though, judging by how many people are speeding. I don't know if you saw the speed sign flashing red up there saying the guy was going 40. Which I don't think is really unsafe on this road at all. We're going by Old Leary here, some kind of leisure center? I don't even see a playground, though. The only playgrounds I've seen, really, they're all, well, actually, they're not even playgrounds. They're just fenced-in fields. So I'm not particularly worried about running into any rogue kids around here. Whereas some of the playground zones are on residential streets with cars parked along the side of the roads and an active playground. Those ones make perfect sense. This one, I would say, does not make so much sense. I have heard about photo radar vans just parking themselves here and catching people who speed because, well, it's obviously extremely easy to go faster than 30 on a road like this. It's a very awkward speed to hold in a modern car. It can be, at least, definitely. And this is the third playground zone, and without a doubt the most ridiculous one. There is a playground coming up on the left, but again, there's a fence around it. And again, I'm not worried about kids scaling that and running into 4 lanes of traffic. There are a few kids there, but not many. Playground zones on roads like these are what I have a problem with, because it just feels very wrong on a road like this, a 4-lane avenue, to be going 30. This is a road that's designed to go at least 50. Hell, 75th Street, between 90 and 98th Avenues, at least I think those are the right avenues, it's in pretty similar condition to this, with the houses and the side streets and everything, and that's a 60 zone, and I'm okay with that. But, so that really makes it feel wrong to go 30 here, and a lot of people are speeding, and I can't really blame them. I mean, why would you want to go 30 on a road like this? Luckily, that ridiculous section back there, that's over at least. Now that, without a doubt, and all the driving around Edmonton I've done, that's the playground zone I find the most ridiculous. Here it's a little bit better since it's only 2 lanes, and it looks like there's a school right next to me. Baldwin School, yeah. Oh yeah, I can see the playground. There's a Well, it's not completely fenced in, but there is a massive fence around part of it. Now, they're not as ridiculous as these ones, I would say, but up 144th Ave, a little bit to the north of here, also has a lot of playground zones, and it's also a 4-lane avenue with quite a few traffic lights. So if that's not the most ridiculous playground zone, and if you live in the Edmonton area, which playground zone would you say is the most ridiculous? Feel free to comment below.